Hello, Internet, and welcome to Saturday Night's Apocalypse. Thank you for joining us for our first game of Saturday Night's Apocalypse in the new year, I believe. Or did we have one before this? We had one on the second. I'm a liar. Never mind. Join us for our second game of Saturday Night's Apocalypse in the new year.
No one remembers.
Yeah, we're already off to a great start. But yeah, if you haven't joined us before, playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, a loose interpretation of the Princes of the Apocalypse campaign. Very, very loose, as you're about to find out once we get started here in a minute, if you have any familiarity with that campaign. If you aren't familiar with the campaign, this is exactly as it's written. But don't go by it. So before we get going, we have a couple of announcements going on the channel. Then I'll let all my lovely players here introduce themselves, and we'll get started. On our next stream after this one, if you like what you see here today, will be tomorrow. That will be Slaying 101. It's run by Savannah, who's around my face somewhere here. Been going for a long time. It's a Monster of the Week campaign, and it's a lot of fun. So come join us tomorrow at 4. For that. Otherwise, our schedule throughout this week will be pretty much normal. We're going to have streams on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can see our full lineup below our faces live here on Twitch. Another cool announcement, if you missed it, or if you're not a part of our Discord, we have a new GGK server separate from our official Discord. It's called GGK Worlds. We've been working on it for the last week or so now, and finally opening it up to the public. It is a 24-hour role-playing server. Currently, we've got some like a D&D Humblewood city sim game up and running. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of fishing, and
so much
some
fishing.
murder. Some murder, apparently. So yeah, come join us. You can hang out and chat with us and do all sorts of fun stuff if you come join our channel. It is currently pinned, or at least in the announcements part of our official Discord, so just pop over there, and it'll be other places soon. That's it as far as announcements go. I'll go and let you guys introduce yourselves, talk about who you are, who you're playing, and anything else, what your favorite color is. How about that? And first up, I believe, is Savannah.
It's me. I'm looking at it. I can tell people when it's their turn if you want.
Sure, I was pulling up Twitch. It's just I got an ad that I'm loading through, so.
Subscribe to our channel. Why don't they watch ads? Hi, I'm Savvy, and my mic is really, really loud. Hi, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. I'm here pretty much every time this channel is live. I'm also a couple of other places right now on Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Me and Valor on twitch.tv/LBHack'emUp playing Monster of the Week. And starting Monday, I'll be on twitch.tv/Colonomicon at 7 p.m. Eastern Time playing A-State, which is a fun Forged in the Dark game. It's got big Dishonored energy, so if you like that, come hang out with me on Monday. But today, I am playing Theodosia, or Thea, the Sea Elf Rogue Scout. Am I saying my favorite color or her favorite color?
Your favorite color.
My favorite color is blue.
Wonderful. Ryan.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I am one of the members here at GGK. You can find me every other Thursday running Wild Space, and you can find me every Tuesday playing as a player in the alternative games that happen in that time slot. And also here, as you may have figured out at this point. Tonight, I am playing Jonah, who currently is residing in the belly of a macraca tentacle fish mysticals. So we'll see how long I'm playing him.
And your favorite color?
Gray.
Okay, good. Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex. OMG, it's some guy on the internets. You can find me here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays. I run one of the Tuesday games currently, our Masks game. And tonight I will be playing Jazz, the Warforged Artificer. And my favorite color is blue, if you can't tell by my water bottle.
RJ is next.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ. You can catch me at RJS282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with my friends. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Typically, you could find me here on Thursdays and every alternating Saturdays, and you can catch me over at the Hype Goblins channel tomorrow, Sunday morning. We've got a special announcement, special guest. It's going to be fun. Monday evenings, you can find me over at the Indoor Adventures channel, where we're going into a boss fight. We looked at its stats, and if it deals cold damage to you, you gain 1 level of exhaustion and lose max HP. But you know what? Level 15 ain't so bad. My favorite color is green.
And last up, Jake.
Okay. Hey, my name is Jake. I'm here on these Saturdays, not the other ones, but just this, whatever. And I am playing a Turtle Monk, but now I'm also multi-classing in a cleric domain of the Traveler, which comes out of the Deep Magic module. I forgot that I did that because I just punched so many things. So, and I have to say, favorite color would be a purple, like a good aubergine, like an eggplant color.
Nice.
I made that overly complicated. I could have just said purple.
No, I like that. I am Val at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. I run this game. You can find me anytime we're live here on GGK, either playing or running a campaign. And my favorite color is purple, as you might be able to tell, similar to Jake's. So, without any further stalling on my part, let's get back into the game and see who lives and who dies. Last time on Saturday Night's Apocalypse, your crew, after having just dealt the whiskey delegation, after having just dealt with the Mind Flayer incursion to your plane and this invasion, decided, fuck it, we're finally going to deal with that bastard, Dr. Radical Jim, or at least one of the iterations of them, and we're going to take out Zombie Jim. You went back to the halls of Summit Hall, the base of the law, an organization that you belong to that's been trying to return order to the Desserin Valley. You found that the law was under attack by zombies. You drove in heroically, smashing through the hordes of zombies, destroying many of them and crashing through the gates. Now safe back inside, you rallied yourselves, recovering, healing, preparing yourselves for this last fight, hopefully the end to this zombie apocalypse that has befallen the valley here, and gearing back up in your trusty Trucky McTruckface, went blasting back through the gates, heading to the Sacred Stone Monastery, underneath which the former Umbrella Corporation, and the hiding or the hideout of Dr. Jim could be found. You braved inside, finding little resistance at first, some undead patrols, and you were sort of communicated telepathically by Jim, who mocked you and told you that you had no chance and all sorts of bad guy monologuing BS. You dealt with a few zombies along the way, some undead creatures, these pods full of these growing little corpse spore things inside of them, which have been infecting undead bodies throughout the Deseren Valley, and finally push your way into the innermost sanctum of this hold, where you believe the Earth Node would be, as well as your final confrontation with Dr. Jim. There, you found this massive pulsating pod in the center that seemed to be glowing some dark blackish brown coloring from within, with this fleshy substance coating the rock walls and the tunnels all around you. You snuck around Thea and found in the back of this chamber, on the other side of this pod, sort of recessed into the wall, seemingly imprisoned within some sort of crystalline mass. You saw Renwick, the Lich, who his power is seeming to be being siphoned from and used by the Dr. Jim currently. And as this happened, the rest of you, your presence being felt, you watched as this pod in the center sort of unfolded like some sort of weird flesh flower, and these massive tentacles kind of spiraled out. This one larger tendril in the center kind of unfolded, these several flaps, which you saw these jagged teeth on the inside built of bone and sinew, and Dr. Jim spoke out to all of you in a deep voice and monologued a bit more, and then you started to fight. You have done a significant amount of damage, blasting with flames and stabbing and liquor, doing as much damage to the Dr. Jim as possible. However, in the last moments of the fight, where we wrapped up last week, Jonah, who had been caught in one of these tendrils that lashed out on him, was engulfed in the mouth of this main stalk of this creature, and was swallowed whole, and now finds themselves within the acidic goos at the center of this undead mass. And that is where we pick up today.
Gross.
Very gross. As Dr. Jim swallows Jonah and you see him disappearing into the light inside, all of you just hear in that moment that same voice speak out to you.
He has been consumed, and soon the rest of you will as well. You will feed my armies, and we shall engulf the world.
Call lightning.
Okay, it is your collective turns, as we're not doing individual turns right now. So Jonah, do you want to, or Jonah Yorha, you want to call first there and go for a call lightning?
Well, I believe I had a call lightning set on him, and I had
You did
transmuted
have
it
one.
Fire.
Yeah. So yes, you can do so.
Radical Jim needs to make me a dex saving throw. Save 14.
Okay. That is a 9.
That is a fail, so he is going to take the full brunt of the damage. 20 points of fire damage.
20 points of fire damage, which you ignore resistance to, if I
Yep.
believe. All right. The bolt of flame comes striking down from this cloud above and sears through some of the tendrils, and you see the flaps of this pod kind of close up over it, trying to protect the main body of this Hulk as much as possible. But you did do a good blow there. Anything else?
Bonus action, commanding Matilda to attack. Does a 24 hit?
It does.
Nope, that is not the damage. How do I roll the gosh darn this button? 8 and 4.
4 is because
So-
the advantage one was a crit.
Okay, so
Oh,
just
yeah.
8 points
So
of fire
just 8.
damage.
Okay. All right, 8 points of fire damage. Just Matilda still kind of circling around. There's a blast of flame washing over the this fleshy mass as well. All right, who we passing to next?
I can go. So I'm super bummed out because I thought I could do my vow of enmity within the Kraken, but it's a creature you can see, and I am blinded. So
You are.
I believe. So
Yes, you are blinded and restrained.
So I'm blinded by the light, and I'm just going to swing at disadvantage. So 15 and a 22.
The 22 hits.
Okay. 9 piercing and 1 thunder damage. And because I don't know that I can guarantee how long I'll be here, I'll go ahead and do a divine smite.
Okay.
Let's see. I've got 2nd level. So I need it's 3d8. So because it's not undead, correct?
He is undead. Yes.
He is undead. Okay, then I can add 48. 23 radiant damage on top of that.
All right. So that's 10. So 33 points of damage total.
Mhm.
All right.
And then I go. Bleh.
Yeah, the damage won't happen to you until the start of your turn. So, but yeah, as you're being kind of constricted, you can feel this solution, this ichor beginning to burn away any of the exposed skin that you have, and you
nice.
grip Iron Fang and you try to kind of like push to create enough of an opening to actually like drive the spike in. The first time you're not able to, but then you kind of heave again, the war pick glowing with divine energy, and then you stab it inwards. And those of you outside can see this small kind of flash, this glow or pulse from inside of where this flash of radiant energy occurs, and you hear Dr. Jim kind of roaring from pain, this massive kind of guttural screech almost, as you deal a very heavy blow against him. That is it for your turn, I believe.
Yes.
All right, who's next?
Can I stab him?
Go for it.
I get Joan out of there. I'm gonna go for the gut with Wind Vein. That's a 19 to hit.
All right, 19 does hit.
And with Greg, it's not as good. That's a 14. Greg, god damn it.
All right, that does not hit.
It's okay. That is 32 stabs.
Ouch.
It's piercing and a little bit of it's lightning.
Okay. Yeah, it's you kind of go darting around the side of the pod and kind of like sticking Wind Vein in. You drag a large gash across the side as this ichor and fluid begins to spill out across the floor. The tendrils kind of quivering and shaking as they retreat back from the pain.
Ugh. And that's it for me.
All right, who's up next?
I would like to go and do many punches.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and I'm gonna do spend a couple of key points to do a Fury of Blows.
Okay.
So that way I'm gonna do 4 radiant sunbolt attacks against it.
Do it.
I will. That's a 19.
Okay.
All right. I'll go ahead and roll damage. That's 10 radiant.
All right.
21.
Hits.
That's 8.
Okay.
23.
Hits.
And that's only 5.
Okay.
And 16.
Misses.
Okay.
But that's still 23 points of damage total from those first 3 hits.
Yeah, all radiant.
All radiant damage. Nice. Nice. So 3 radiant bolts just doosh, 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 slam into the this huge pod, kind of blasting, kind of searing away some of the undead mass, which does not seem to respond well to radiant energies. Assume that's it for your turn.
Yeah, that's going to do it for my turn.
Okay. Jazz, do you want to go or do you want Aliko to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
So, first gonna bonus action. I don't know how many of us I can get within 10 feet of me for bonus shields. But gonna prioritize myself and Yorha.
Okay.
But if I can also get the others, that's good too. Well, that's 12. So that's hold on. No. Sorry, give me a second to double check how this works again. What I'm adding to it. Right, my intelligence. So that would get us up to 10. So
if you're less than 10, you can go up to 10.
yes.
I mean, you can definitely get you and Yorha. I mean, I'll say you can get Thea too, given that she's the only other one below 10 right now.
Yep.
I assume you have to see them that you couldn't get Jonah in it.
I think so. Well, grants itself and each creature of your choice within 10 feet of it a number of temp HP. So
I would say you
Gotta
could
be
do it
outside of 10 feet.
if you could get within 10 feet of him. But yeah, you are outside of 10 feet of Jonah right now.
yeah, I'm probably gonna prefer to stay that way, but
I
after doing that,
I agree. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Good call.
After
And I
doing
believe. Oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No.
So that's the bonus action, and then for the action, would like to kind of step around to the side. And how far away is like the rear part of Dr. Jim from the crystal that Renwick is in?
Not very far. I would say there's
Get them
probably a gap.
in 20 feet.
Yes, you can do
So-
20 feet.
So with a 10-foot radius sphere, I would like to cast Shatter to try and
Ooh,
break
okay.
the crystal a bit, and also go after Dr. Jim.
I like that. Okay. Yeah. What is that? A con save?
Yes.
All right.
Now that I have my arcane firearm, I can also power this up. So, if I fail horribly again, at least it'll be 4 damage instead of 3.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty decent. So the DC is 16.
Okay. Dr. Jim definitely succeeds with the 26.
Okay.
The crystal is not going to. It's just an inanimate object, so it'll just take the damage.
Yeah. Well, technically, it has disadvantage on the saving. Or no, that's creatures made of inorganic material. Anyway, so that's going to be 13 points of thunder damage.
Okay. So 6 points to creature, and then you see that blast go off, and it's like that like pulsing with it. Everything seems to vibrate in this area. Small stones on the ground kind of shatter into pieces. The flesh mass of Dr. Jim doesn't seem it seems more resistant to it, but definitely does do some damage. The crystal that is surrounding Renwick does seem to begin to break, and you can see some fractures begin to form, and that glowing those eyes, the glowing undead lights in the skull of Renwick seem to respond a bit and kind of flash a little bit, like it's working. Seems to be regaining some amount of control of his power and his abilities. Not enough quite yet, but you don't imagine it would take much more than that.
that is my turn.
Okay. Liko, I believe, also has a Call Lightning going. So I think they're just going to use that again. So they're gonna use their second channel divinity to max the damage on it. So Dr. Jim makes a dexterity saving throw, which is of course a natural 20. So that'll be. I'm just gonna roll it because oh no wait, I think he did a level 4. So 40, 10, yeah, so it'll be 40 points of lightning damage, reduced to 20. Okay. That is everyone's turn. As this happens, everything blasting in at the same time. At the start of Dr. Jim's turn, let's go and deal with Jonah. Jonah, try to remember if there's a save to this. There is not.
Nope.
So you just take 46 points of acid damage.
Nope.
You still up?
Yep.
Okay, good. And as this happens, and Jonah takes this damage from inside as the acid begins to burn and pretty much every inch of your body as it seeps in through your armor, and you feel yourself being digested. It's horrifying. At that same time, Dr. Jim is taking a lot of damage, and sort of the whole form begins to kind of shake and quiver, and you can feel this inside as well, Jonah. And you all feel this quaking around as suddenly from all of the holes in the ceiling and everything around you, you watch as pouring out the zombies, the flesh creatures, the corpse spores all sort of begin to pour out of the ceiling and crash down on top of Dr. Jim, who begins to sort of consume, and all of the flesh mass begins to sort of mold together. And as that happens, more tendrils and tentacles begin to spawn off of it as it sort of Dr. Jim reaches his second stage. He is then going to make his attacks. Going to make 6 tentacle attacks. The first one. I mean, he can reach everyone in the room. His reach is 100 feet. First one is going to be against Yorha. That's a 25.
Yeah.
That is 23 bludgeoning damage. And you are grappled. Second one will be against Shellac. It's a 32 that hits.
Sorry, that's just really funny.
24
Like, yeah,
bludgeoning damage.
Can I do a reaction?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's a physical attack, right?
Yes, it is. You're gonna do your spike thing.
Yeah, my spike shell. So
You
that's
can do that.
18 to
That
hit
hits.
back. So him for 2.
Hey, every little bit counts.
How much was it again?
24, and you are also grappled.
Okay.
Third one against Jazz. 33 hits.
Yeah, but I would like to do my repulsion shield thing again to
Okay.
hopefully not get grappled. So I spend a charge and push the attacker 15 feet away.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that to resist the grapple. You only take 16 points of bludgeoning damage, which will say kind of flavored by the repulsion shield. At the same time, blasting as the tentacle hits you, kind of sends you reeling backwards, but keeps you out of the grasp. The fourth one is going to go against Thea.
Cool.
25 for 21 bludgeoning damage.
Uncanny dodge.
Yes. So 10 points of damage and you are grappled.
Love it.
It's Liko. So 30 to hit for 17. which will be all of his temp, and then 4 carries over. That's 5 attacks. So I gotta say the 6th one's probably gonna be against Jazz again because you're the only one that's not grappled right now. So that will be 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. Hits you, and you are grappled. That'll be 21 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And that is going to be his turn. Yep, that's the end of Dr. Jim's turn. So everyone is currently grappled. Make sure it's just grappled. And, oh no, you're also restrained. That's right. So everyone is grappled, restrained by a tentacle right now, including Jonah inside the creature. That will end Dr. Jim's turn.
You're holding us by chance all within 10 feet of each other.
I'm going to say you guys are all held about where you were previously. He hasn't moved any of you. So you can get all of everyone that you got last time. You can get it again.
Okay. So I think that was myself, Yorha, and Thea.
Yes.
So
If you
I'll
can
go
reach, if you can like position it where you can reach somebody else instead of me, is that possible?
I mean, that's
DM.
up to the DM.
Can I sacrifice mine for someone else?
Sure. I'll allow it.
Okay. So I'm probably in that case getting shellac as well.
Okay.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's going to be 11 temp HP.
All right. There we
It's
go. 11
something.
temp HP.
Yep.
You
And
need it.
then I think I'm going to do same thing again of Shatter and try and get our Lich friend in the fight.
Okay.
So another con save for Dr. Jim, please.
All right. Con save. That's a 31.
Yeah, that'll save, but that's still 17 points of thunder damage total.
Okay, 17 points of thunder damage, which will be 8 for the good doctor. And the crystal kind of and then shatters into dozens of pieces, all falling to the part. And in a moment, you're horrified as the crystal shatters, the form of Renwick inside also shatters to pieces as well. Bits of the body falling around, the bones all scattering to the side. And Renwick falls to pieces in the ground around you, or around where he was.
Oh boy.
All right, that did not go quite according to plan, but it has happened.
Anything else, Jazz?
No, that was action and bonus action.
Oh crap.
As this happens, so I'm gonna go ahead and steal the next turn. As you see the pile of bone and pieces across the ground begin to move, as one object flies out of the mass of crystals, and you just see a skull hovering into the air, eyes burning with an undead, with this fire and anger, as the skull of the Lich Renwick rises from the ground, and in a fury lets out a sound that you've never heard Renwick make, this roar of anger and almost animalistic in its intent. And
Oh crap.
let's see, what's he gonna do? Yeah. You see a beam of energy kind of coalesce at the eyes of Renwick and shoots out towards the mass of undead abomination in front of you. And he's going to strike, or he's going to attack Dr. Jim with his life drain. And Dr. Jim has to make a Constitution saving throw, which this time only rolls 16 because rolled very garbage. So that will fail and takes 27 points of necrotic damage, which is unfortunately reduced to 13. All right. But yeah, you see that blast happen, and Renwick has joined the fight. Who's next?
What the fuck is that?
Renwick, you're alive.
Oh, thank God. Oh, please help us.
He's friendly.
Uh,
Can somebody get me
Renwick.
down?
Renwick doesn't seem in the mood for chatting right now.
Yorha is going to command Matilda over to where Thea is, and she will use her fiery teleportation to get Thea out of the grapple.
Oh, I forgot something at the end of Jazz's turn.
Oh?
Jazz, you're still grappled. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm theoretically good at these. Take it a 15 isn't going to be enough.
It will not.
So I will use my reaction to do Flash of Genius on myself, add my intelligence modifier, bring it up to a 20.
Okay, that'll succeed. So you'll take half damage. Would have been 27 points of necrotic damage, instead reduced to 13.
Okay.
As there is sort of this corrupting siphon that seems to draw life energy from you as you're in contact with these tendrils. Okay, that was the end of Jazz's turn. Now, Yorha.
Yeah. Gonna send Matilda over to where Thea is, using her fiery teleportation to basically munch on her and then teleport away.
Okay.
Dr. Jim needs to make me a deck save.
I love this part.
That's a 12.
That fails. He will be taking 1d6 plus... I'm sorry, I'm looking for my proficiency bonus. 3. So... 4 fire damage.
4 fire damage. Okay.
But it deposits... Matilda deposits Thea on the ground away from the tentacles. He will point a finger to Dr. Jim once more and call a firebolt down on him. So a dex save,
All
please.
right. Dex save. That is a 17.
That is a pass, so he will take half of... Oh, that's the wrong dice. Wow. Half of 14, so 7 points of fire damage.
Okay. Again, seeming ready for it this time. Some of the kind of auxiliary tendrils and bits of flesh and stuff kind of move up to deflect most of the impact, keeping you from hitting the center mass of Dr. Jim. At the end of your turn,
This part's gonna suck.
I need you to make a con save for me.
Lifted into the game. Okay. How's a 14?
That would be a fail. It's 21 points of necrotic damage.
Still up.
Man, these temp HP guys. Every time. It's play of the game. Okay. That's gonna end Yorha's turn. Who's up next?
I can go since I'm on the ground now. Does being... Will I still get sneak attack if everybody's grappled?
Yes. Yeah. Because they're still within.
Okay.
Well, is anyone
It's
within?
if they're not... It's if
There's
they're
melee anymore.
incapacitated, I guess.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
but
grapple just like removes their speed to 0. It's not like
Yeah.
So
as long as you're
so
not,
close
as long
to
as you're
them.
not grappled and restrained. But I was debating
It
whether
just says
no,
if they're within 5 feet.
Yeah, but since Jonah
could
got
s-
swallowed, I don't know who's within 5 feet anymore.
Oh,
Oh.
true.
You were attacking from a range, Shellac? Because you were sending firebolt, or
Yeah. So sending those radiant sunbolts. I mean, yeah, that's how I was envisioning it. For
That's
the
fine.
most
Yeah.
part.
I was.
it's fine. You
This
can
is
still get
just me.
sneak attack.
I was just determining whether I was going to use my bonus action to hide and then attack.
Oh, that makes it easier. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so I'll try to bonus action like duck and roll. Thanks, Matilda. And
Okay.
creep around the side and try to hide. I rolled a 23
Nice.
for
Okay.
to sneak.
Yeah, using the bit of uncertainty that comes with Matilda teleporting you somewhere that Dr. Jim isn't aware of, using his sort of sensing the room around him, loses track of you for a moment, so you can make this attack with advantage.
Okay, so I'll attack with the spear. There's a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
10, 14. That's 23 piercing and lightning damage.
All right. 23 points of damage. As you once again drive the spear in, surging with lightning. Seems to do a lot of damage against Dr. Jim, and the whole like flesh mash kind of recoils, and some of the tendrils, now knowing where you are, begin to just kind of streak towards you.
Let him go!
That it for you, Thea?
Yep.
So Shellac and Jazz, I think the two of you besides Liko are the only ones that haven't. Oh no, I guess
I went first.
only Jazz went first. Yorha has not, or Jonah has not gone. Shellac has not gone.
Okay. I'm still grappled, correct?
You're grappled and restrained, so any attacks
Okay.
are at disadvantage unless you want to try to break free of the restraint.
Yeah, I definitely want to break free of that.
Okay, so you can make a athletics or acrobatics check.
We gonna do athletics. That's a 23.
You, using your action, you break free of the tentacle, kind of surging outwards, using some of the spikes on your shell to tear through it.
No.
And yeah, you break through it easily. That is your action, though, so you don't get to make any attacks.
Right.
But you could use your bonus action to do something else if you can.
I can't really think of anything else that would be useful right now, so that's probably gonna do it my turn.
Okay. All right. So, Jonah, do you want to? Or I guess Liko can go ahead and do his turn. Just gonna do some healing. Oh no, he's also grabbed. You know what? It's just going to try to help with the damage, actually. So, Jonah, do you want to go first, or do you want to?
Sure. I'll. Well, we'll go. I can survive another round. I'll just use my whole lay on hands and get me. I'll reserve 1 point.
Okay.
And I'll just add 39 HP.
Okay.
for
That might
like-
be enough to.
It should be enough. I mean, you can still roll over that, but
Yeah.
Law of averages, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe I got this.
Gives you a maybe for surviving one more round instead of a definitely not.
Yeah.
Okay. Liko will do another Call Lightning with his action. Dexterity saving throws, an 18, so that'll succeed. Has to actually roll this time. No more channeled divinities. So that is 18 reduced to 9 points of lightning damage. And that's it for everyone's turns. Yorha's still grappled. Jazz is still grappled.
Yep.
Everyone else is Liko's still grappled. Oof. Who does he go for? Alright. I'm just gonna roll this one because honestly it could be any of you. 1 is Yorha, 2 is Jazz, 3 is Liko. Liko. So is going to make a bite attack against Liko. With advantage. It's a 23 to hit. For 25 piercing damage. And Liko is swallowed as the as he goes to join Jonah. I should have done damage for Jonah at the beginning of the turn. Forgot about that. So let's go ahead and roll that. Brian, if you're talking, you're muted.
Sorry. I saved 1 hit point of my lay on hand, so hopefully I can resurrect a tummy buddy is what I'm thinking.
That's 38 points of damage to you, Jonah, as you feel somebody join you down there. Liko does not take that damage yet, but they are also blinded and restrained down there now. That leave. Yeah, that is it. So, back to you all. Two of your companions are swallowed. I'm going to go and just move those up there.
Gonna move Matilda back to me and then fiery teleportation away. So, the good doctor needs to make a dex save.
All right. That's a 6.
Takes 5 fire damage.
All right.
And I'm going to... oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me think. How messed up does he look? Does he look fresh from the fight?
No, he looks pretty messed up. I mean, as messed up as a giant pile of flesh and tentacles and bones and rotting meat can look.
Did I remember to put this in here? Spells. Oh, jeez. I'm dumb. Okay, anyway. I'll roll these in here because they're a lot easier. I'm gonna cast a Scorching Ray at 4th level. So that's
All right.
5 beam attacks.
Now, you are restrained. Does that... Restrained doesn't do anything
I've
against-
teleported away.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind. You're good. Make your attacks.
Okay, so here's the first. 14 to hit.
Misses.
11 to hit.
Misses.
15 to hit.
Misses.
14 to hit.
Misses.
1, 2, 3, 4. One last one. 24 to hit.
Hits.
Well, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Apparently not. Especially that cake's made of fire and you're shooting it at a flesh monster.
A D8. 7 points of fire damage. I'm weak.
Boy.
Yorha's Yeah, that's it for him.
Okay. That is Yorha's turn. Who else wants to go?
You gotta be shitting me.
Let everyone else go, and then Tommy Buddies will go.
I'm just gonna stab. So if there's something
Oh.
that y'all want to do before,
Sorry, could I use my movement to get as close to the monster as possible?
Sure. You can get right up, get your face right up on that thing.
All right.
Yeah. I forgot that your buddy Renwick is in the fight now, so I'm gonna add him to the board.
I'm stab. If that's okay.
Oh, he's so tiny. Yes, you can stab.
Teeny Rainwick. Okay. Because now I got a buddy within 5 feet. That's saved 19 plus, I think. It's
Hits.
a 29 to hit with the spear. And then with Greg, that is a 28 to hit.
Both hit.
14, 24. That's 33 piercing and slashing. Oh no, wait, I forgot my other modifier. There's more. But wait, there's more. I took 2 weapon fighting. 6 more, so 39 total. Slashing and piercing and lightning, and he gets heavy.
Yes.
You're
Which is probably very uncomfortable
Yeah.
for the people inside.
Sorry.
As suddenly he becomes more dense, so it's like pushing you in a little bit more. Okay. That is Thea's turn.
That's it. Thea's just like a whirlwind of just blades. Just,
Yeah.
It's just all that. Just
A lot
going.
of stabbing and slashing.
Just a
and
lot of it.
He's not happy about that.
Too bad. I'm done.
All right. Those out still Shellac and Jazz and Renwick still go.
I wouldn't mind going.
Do it.
All right, I am going to, because I am worried. I think I'm a little worried about Yorha being so close. I'm going to cast, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast a Shield of Faith on them.
Okay.
So just throw that up there.
All right. So it's +2 AC to Yorha.
Yeah. Figured get a little bonus.
All right.
And then I think once again gonna spend another key point. And I'm gonna punch the hell. I'm gonna radiant sunblast the hell out of this thing again.
Do it.
I will do
So you
it.
get 2 attacks.
That misses.
That does miss.
18.
Just hits.
Okay. That's 6. And then, like I said, use Fury of Blows to get another 2.
I think you have to use a bonus action to do Flurry of Blows. So you already
You
used
might-
your bonus action to cast a
You
spell.
might be right. You might be right.
Yeah.
Yes, you are correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then that's going to do it for me.
2 more radiant blasts pelt the exterior of the Dr. Jim. That will leave us with just Jazz on the Jazz on the outside, and then I'll do Renwick's turn.
So there's no way I'm gonna break out with athletics or acrobatics. So I'm gonna, even though slightly better chance, but I'm gonna do Thunder Wave at first level to hopefully push the tentacle away. But also pretty sure his con is gonna be much better.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh,
That's some pretty good damage, though.
yeah, that's a 24.
Yeah, so doesn't fail the save, but that's 21 points of thunder damage total.
Nice. So reduced to 10.
And,
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna bonus action temp HP for me and whoever's within 10 feet.
which is probably, I mean, you can get pretty much everyone outside.
Well, I rolled a 1, so that's 6.
Okay. We're going to get 610 HP, which again, is pretty good.
Great, I didn't have him.
All right.
And that is my turn.
Renwick is going to do another life drain. Just be a con save for the Dr. Jim. Rolls a 28 this time. Will this roll damage? No, it won't. Stupid. Six. That's 23. Reduced to half will be 11. All right. Sends another blast of energy. Crashing, you see the skull just like whizzing around the room, trying to take down this massive flesh creature. Those that are inside. What you got, Jonah?
Not a lot. I could probably, can I feel, what's the name of the person right next to me?
Liko.
Liko? Can I feel them at all?
Yeah, you guys are within contact of each other. Liko's probably just gonna heal you, to be honest.
Well, I was thinking of healing them too. Because I think
you both like hug and heal each other. Like, we're gonna make it through this.
Can they? Are we deafened in here, or can we speak?
I think you're just blinded, so no, you can speak.
All right, I'll just say, just like to hit it with everything you got, because unless they have like a spell that will actually make a difference, like a healing spell that make a difference. I think I can make Liko tank a hit, but I don't know if they can do the same for me.
They can cast a Cure Wounds at 3rd level, which, that's 3d8 plus 4.
I mean, there's a chance, I guess. No, there's not a chance. It's really,
I don't think so.
Not really.
That'll maybe get you above 30. That probably won't be enough to get you.
I don't think it'll be enough. Okay, so I'm gonna heal them with the Cure Wounds. I don't have 3rd level, I don't think so. Or
their best option is probably to get you up once you go down and just alternate.
Yep. Yeah. It's cheesy, but it works. Okay. So wait, 1 at high levels, 2nd level. Okay, no, it's only 2d8. I can only do. I don't have 3d8. All right, sorry. So and turds. 9 healing, which I think should be enough.
That should be enough. Plus 9. Okay, that's 55. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's done that much damage yet. Liko is then, I guess, following that guidance. It's the only thing that they can probably do right now that doesn't involve having to see and won't also hurt you. It's going to be an inflict wounds. Just going to be a disadvantage.
Well, I mean, okay. As long as never mind. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Did roll an 18 and a 20 though. So that'll hit.
Nice.
Is going to do 3rd level. Should be 18 points. Is reduced to half though. So it's 9
really
points of radiant damage.
Really kind of fortunate that I got the healer gobbled up with me.
That will end Liko's turn though, as they try to drain some energy from this creature, but to no avail. I'm gonna go ahead and do damage for the Tommy buddies.
About to be 55 damage.
That's
Tummy buddies. Tummy buddies.
Yeah.
Buddies has been alliteration.
Yes.
What are the odds?
Amazing.
So
What are
folks at
the
home, that
odds?
was 55 points of damage.
So, which is exactly what Liko had. So we are both down inside.
Yeah.
That is so funny. If I didn't
You
roll
had to
such
jinx it.
garbo,
You would have rolled one more hit point.
yeah. Why is that not working?
Also,
Oh.
as a masochist, aren't I supposed to take damage from still being grappled at the end of my turn? Or in the tentacle?
Ooh, yeah, you were. Yeah. Thank you. I forgot that you were still grappled. Con save.
Yep. Same thing. Just debating. Yeah, I'll use my reaction for Flash of Genius again to bring it up to a 20.
Okay. That'll succeed. Is 23 points of damage. Reduced to half, so it'll be 11.
For a second, I thought the 23 was the half, in which case, if I
No,
didn't
no.
do it, I'd be dead. Okay, 11.
All right. And then it is Dr. Jim's turn. You're still grappled. Yorha, you're the only one still grappled.
I am the only
Okay.
one still grappled. I am also made of inorganic material, so I don't know what he
Yeah.
gets from eating me.
And probably not much. And honestly,
Heartburn.
he's more fucking pissed at Thea right now
Oh,
than he
he's
is
so
at
mad at me.
you. So is gonna. I think you all hear that same voice call out.
Your friends have perished, and soon you shall as well.
Nuh-uh.
Just from across the room. Nah.
Nuh-uh. Prove it, nerd.
Is going to. I assume the voice mod is coming through, and I'm not.
Oh, it
sounding
sounds
like a dipshit
amazing.
doing
It
that.
sounds
All right,
great, yeah.
Cool. Is going to make 6 tentacle attacks against those of you that are still up, including the baseball-sized lich. So first one is going to be against Yorha,
Of course.
26,
That's a hit.
21 bludgeoning. Second one is going to be against Renwick. It's a 28, which will hit for 18 bludgeoning. She is resistant too.
That's fine. I really could do this all day.
I got nowhere to be. Third one is going to be against Jazz.
Good luck, bitch. He's a lich.
Who is restrained, so it is going to be at advantage. This would be a second tentacle for you. That'll be 35, so that'll hit. 15 bludgeoning to you.
Okay.
You're restrained by 2 tentacles. And the next 3 are against Thea.
Hit me. Let's go.
First one, 25 to hit.
Uh-huh.
19 bludgeoning.
Okay.
You gotta wait to uncanny dodge.
Yep.
Okay. Second one, 36 to hit.
Let me
20
check.
bludgeoning.
20.
Yeah.
Okay.
These next 2 are at advantage because you're now restrained.
Yeah, I was waiting on those.
Last one, 27 to hit
Yep.
for 18 bludgeoning.
That one I'm gonna uncanny dodge.
All right.
So 9.
9, yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. That
Good.
is going to end the doctor's turn as all of you are now restrained again in the tentacles, including your lich friend.
Wait,
Uh,
did I get restrained?
you got
I
hit,
thought
didn't you?
No, I don't think you ever said anything to
You
me.
didn't get attacked. No, it was.
Yeah.
Oh no, I skipped you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darn it.
It was Thea, Yorha, and
Yeah.
You got
Remick.
lucky. I got so thirsty.
Yeah,
to hit
you were
the,
so.
that I
Yeah, I was
forgot.
like, I got away
No, it's
scot
fine.
free.
So this is
Everyone-
where when Val forgets to mention you, this works out in your favor.
Yeah, lucky you. Again, got real thirsty for Thea after the like fourth sneak attack she's gotten against him.
It's fine. There's no
so
way you're
good.
the only one.
Yeah.
All right, that is the end of the doctor's turn.
Okay. He will. Yorha will look over to Thea and just yell, "Sorry, this one's for me!" And he's going to use Matilda to teleport himself away from the grapple. He's going to drop his Call Lightning
Okay.
concentration and instead cast Aura of Life.
Okay.
Life-preserving energy radiates from you in an aura within 30-foot radius. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with you, centered on you, and each non-hostile creature in the aura, including myself, has resistance to necrotic damage. Hit point maximums can't be reduced, and in addition, a non-hostile living creature regains 1 hit point when it starts in this turn if their HP is at 0. So Yorha and Liko are going to be at 1 at the start of their turn.
So there's nothing about like being able to see them or cover or
No,
anything?
it's an
It's just 30
aura.
feet?
Yeah.
Damn. That's
How big
cheesy
is-
as hell, and I love
How
it.
big is the belly, though?
So he is you put yourself right up against this thing. You did specify.
I'm
before.
hugging this belly.
Yeah. He is a gargantuan creature, but I think 30 feet is probably gonna just get him to the edge there. I will allow that. So when the two of you, and we'll just like narrate because it's all happening simultaneously, like suddenly like feeling that searing pain of the acid and stuff, you're brought back to consciousness, which I don't know is better or worse at this moment, but you're alive. Or in hell, you're not sure.
It's like, yay!
Awesome. Yorha, good turn. I assume that's it.
Yes.
Okay. Who else?
It's a target.
Well, since I'm unrestrained, I guess I'll go ahead and I'm just gonna punch the hell out of Dr. Jim again.
Do it.
And I think I may. Oh, forget about me, will ya? I'll give you something to forget about. And then I'm gonna do four radiant sun bolts at him. 'Cause I gotta
Okay,
use-
Dad.
Yeah. That's 18.
Just hits.
That's 7 radiant.
All right.
That's 26. Good Lord.
Hits.
That is 8. All right, and then that bonus action. Oh, nope, not that one. Wrong thing. That's a critical fail.
Oof. So okay, and you're gonna do a fourth one too. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the last one that hits?
So
7.
that's 22 radiant.
Nice. 22 points of radiant damage to the doctor as three more blasts crash in. You see like tearing away some of these tentacles. You see like the whole like fleshy exterior kind of shrinking down. What I'd like to do here is get what everybody else is doing in sort of a narrative capacity, because did only have 3 hit points left, but all of you are going simultaneously, so I do want to see all of this happen at once, and I want to give everybody a chance for their last like hurrah.
I'm technically blinded, but I think stupid. Never mind. I shouldn't say this. I was gonna say I found wait, there's another way out, and then pull Liko with me. But I'm blinded, so that's a very bad joke.
Are you gonna Ace Ventura it?
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Stupid.
It really is.
Those of you outside, Thea, you've got 3 tentacles wrapped around you. Anything you guys want to do? Jazz, the
I think for Jazz, with the 2 around them, just gonna Thunder Wave again, which with the remaining hit points probably just like atomizes them.
yeah.
And then, temp HP shield going out as suddenly I'm falling for 9 temp HP.
Okay.
I close my mouth and my eyes. I hold my breath because this is going to be gross.
And as that happens, you see the blast from Shellac pierce into Dr. Jim's form, and actually Jonah and Liko inside, you suddenly see this like glow, like melting something above you, and you get this first look of like something is piercing in from outside, and you're also feeling this kind of rumbling around you, and the whole form of Dr. Jim just begins to kind of convulse as Jazz just blasts and atomizes the tentacles that were latched onto them. And that same like atomization kind of like trails upwards to the rest of the doctor and is sort of like beginning to destabilize, and the whole thing kind of waving back and forth. And the doctor says,
No. Why? I gave you so many chances. You could have joined us. Why wouldn't you join us? Why?
as they cry out with that last cry of why and how dare, the whole thing begins to swell a little bit and then just kind of pops, and the flesh and Ikra all go shooting outwards, and Liko and Jonah from inside kind of go spilling down, crashing into the ground, as just this undead flesh and gross decay just sprays all over the place.
Would you say I'm completely covered in this stuff?
Everyone is completely covered in this stuff.
I am covered in viscera, and I think I'm kind of like, ew.
Could Yorha Scooby-Doo like jump onto Matilda and just teleport away as the goop falls down?
Sure. Sure. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, yeah, 21.
Oh yeah, you're good. You managed to time it just perfectly. It disappears, splush, and then reappearing at a safe spot.
Jonah?
Yeah, you saw 3 tentacles kind of wrapped around you that are kind of slowly sliding down.
Jonah? Liko?
Are we alive?
Nope. You're in hell.
That explains a little bit, yeah.
He's joking.
Oh God.
It's everywhere. It's in places I didn't know existed.
Can somebody get these
Exactly.
off of me? I imagine she's
Teleport.
like a lump.
Teleport.
Ugh.
Someone hose me down. Oh my god.
You see the skull come drifting down, and you see the eyes kind of flaring back down to normal, and Renwick kind of looks around. Has anyone seen my bones?
I believe they were over in the pile with the crystals. Jazz is just like only wiping the ick away from their visual sensors and just
Over
like
there.
doesn't care about the rest of the ick.
And the skull, Renwick, is also dripping with, it's like the slime ball with 2 like glowing red eyes is hovering through the air. It's,
Over there.
I hate this.
I also hate this.
Well, if you're not covered with goo at the end of the day, did you really do anything at all?
I've had a lot of days where I've accomplished a lot of things and not been completely covered in goo.
I never want to be this ever again. I hate this.
I'm gonna try to do a little slip and slide. And then
Okay.
Shellac
yeah.
Shellac is in complete shock right now, and he lived in a swamp. Like, this is gross.
Can I get a tally of who had the weird infected condition?
Shelly and
Is
Jonah.
it Just the two of them? Okay. So while you're all recovering here, one thing you notice, and maybe Jazz first, keeping like a calmer head in the situation. At the center of this room, there's this like pile of flesh and ichor where this is slowly beginning to kind of slough away of where this creature was. And you can see the source of the glowing that you saw from inside of Radical Gym, as at the center, the very center of this, you see another kind of pulsing rift in space, kind of hovering there. It's almost looks like there's dust or like dirt kind of building up and falling off of it. And it's like slowly building up this like pile around it, like earth and ground is just like spilling out. And through the process of elimination, you could guess that this is the earth node that you've been looking for. However, as you're identifying it, I need both Jonah and Shellac to make wisdom saving throws.
Okie dokie. That's a 4.
Staying close to me, that's a 9.
Okay.
13. Oh, also bad.
I think I can save Jonah if I use the Flash of Genius to bump that up by 5, but Shellac, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I'm SOL.
Do you want to use that?
So yeah, I'll bump Jonah up to an 18, which is hopefully enough.
It is. However, Shellac, having failed,
oh boy,
you just feel this weird sensation in the pit of your stomach, and suddenly, Shellac sort of doubles over and retches onto the ground, and you watch as spilling out from them is more of this vile, like, substance. And you're watching as their body is beginning to slowly become coated in this as well. And Shellac looks up, having completely blacked out. Shellac, you hear this voice like speaking to you, and you can kind of maintain there's something going on around you, but you've completely lost control of your functions at this point, as a voice says,
"You didn't think you'd get rid of me that easily. I shall take dominion over your companion here, and I will grow to my ultimate state again and destroy all of you."
Jonah, punch him! Jonah!
You would strike down your friends.
Punch him!
Only through killing them can you kill me.
All right.
Wait.
No, just kidding. Okay. Well, I don't know. Is that cool? I'll do it. Should I?
I think
at second level.
I was gonna say, can I do I get a moment to reclaim myself, and I just
we can do some weird fighting back and forth where
right,
you
yeah,
talk for a moment
Hey,
and then they
Venom.
talk, and
yeah. I mean basically it's just I think I just start I'm able to get out just a little bit. I just get out in between it. Just do it, kick my ass. Just do it, just kick my ass.
This, in my head, I thought it was gonna be Radical Jim no, don't, and then you'd be like, no, don't. Okay, all right, okay.
As this is going on, I whip out the scroll and start trying to close the portal and see if that will also fix things.
Liko, can you fix him?
I don't know what I would even do.
Please kick my ass.
So
Holds up a hand to their call lightning. Is this? No, not that.
Do it.
Do it. So
The
I gotta
voice of
ask.
Dr. Jim comes through again and says,
No, don't, please. Your
Don't
friend
listen
is
to
not
him.
of his right mind. You wouldn't kill him,
Hey.
would you?
So
Kick my ass.
I cast Flame Blade and walk up to Shellac and shank him for a natural 20.
Oh God.
He takes 42 fire damage.
Oh God. I think he's still up, but damn.
Um,
All right. Yeah, it's got 11.
Is there someone that can revivify? Do we
I
have
can.
any of that? You can? Okay. All
That's
right.
why
That's
I'm
all I
doing
needed to know.
this.
That's all I needed to know. All right. Because I can't. All right. So I'm going to point at Shellac and I am going to declare the valid enmity on them. I will have advantage on these attacks. And so I'm going to go. Oh my God. So rough. I was talking to myself. Oh, the first one still is a miss. It was a 13 and 12, but 25 for the second one. I'm still rough.
Yeah, that'll hit
That
me.
hits.
And that's 16 damage.
Yeah, that knocks me out.
Takes him down.
I really thought I was gonna be able to. All right. Anyway, cool. I'm like, sorry.
Thea, you've watched your new traveling companion just murder Shellac in front of you. Is there anything you want to do?
Liko?
I don't want to stab him.
No, no, I think he's done. Can you fix him?
Maybe. Liko starts moving up, and as you do, you see like that same undead essence is beginning to like build around Shellac again, and one of those like tendrils is forming out of like his chest, and they're still stabbing down as
Guys!
It's like I'm whack-a-mole.
What the heck?
as Jazz is finishing up the scroll on the other side.
Jazz! We have a situation.
Hold up a finger like one moment. I can't stop this right now. I probably can't. I don't want to risk losing the scroll.
And then from the mass of flesh that's being stabbed in the center in the last few moments of the spell being cast, you just hear the voice say,
God damn it.
and the portal closes, and all of the build up and everything just kind of like it just melts to the ground in a decayed heap, and RJ's dead. So as that all happens, everything sort of falls around Shellac. Can I get you to make a death save for me?
That's a nat 20.
Of course it is. Shellac just like eyes open. Just pops back up.
I just kind of like just sit up and I'm like, everything felt bad.
I will lay on hands and heal Shellac for 1 hit point.
Yeah. Says Liko.
Wait.
Yeah.
Why does this stuff keep happening?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
You know, if
It
you
might be a
want...
while before I travel with you all again.
Yeah, you know, I was gonna say if you wanted to stay home next time, that's probably fine.
That might be a good idea.
I need a shower.
Me too.
Well, we did cross a river to get here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go lay in that river for a while.
Are we gonna have to get in the car like this?
Absolutely not. I'm.
The river is between us and the car.
Oh, good. And you all begin to move out. And as you do, you also see a section of the wall. Like everything is beginning to slough away. All this stuff that was coating the walls kind of recedes. And you can see a structure behind it. And there's like a small laboratory that was obscured by a section of this flesh substance, but it's preserved on the inside. And you see piles and piles within of books and lab equipment and research materials. And Renwick kind of zooms up to it in a skull form that has been mostly cleaned off, as everything is just kind of like sloughed off of him, and says, "Oh, my research materials. Good." Kind of zooms in. "Everything's here. I can get back to work. Wonderful." Turns around to all of you. "Thank you. I didn't even know I'd find these again."
You're welcome.
Indeed.
If you want, you can take some things if you'd like. Anything that might be interesting to you. As long as you bring them back eventually, but you can borrow them. You've done some good work. Just try not to track too much gore into the room.
Oh, I don't know how much that's. I'm just gonna stay here. I'm just gonna sit down.
Can I do some cute shit and say that Matilda's trying to snuggle up to Renwick?
What is this? Sort of flame spirit?
Kinda, sorta.
I don't know what to.
She likes you, like a lot.
Okay. Excuse me. Please leave the fire outside the research lab as well. Very confused Demi-Lich floats inside. So, what I'm going to have you do before we take our break here is we're going to get a bit of a loot drop. You guys are going to get some books. And I would like each of you to roll a d10 for me. One at a time, please. Give me your results.
You want to call on people?
Sure.
I'll go first. One.
One. All right.
10 for Yorha.
Oh, let me give you the results.
Mm.
One.
Sorry.
Okay. You find a tome bound in a monstrous hide. And it's just like this big thick book, and on the front of it says the
Volume 3
Malefic.
of Animorphs.
Yeah. The Malefic Articles of Thema. And what this book is, this tome is bound in a monstrous hide. Whenever it is opened, any other spells affecting the reader cease functioning. An individual who reads this tome, which requires 48 hours over a minimum of 6 days, gains resistance to thunder damage for the next 2 days. I'm going to paste these somewhere for my reference, and I can give you guys all those later. All right, who's next?
I got a 10.
10. Let's see. The Fiendish Fragments of Jinjia. This set of scrolls is wrapped in linen cloth. When first opened, the reader's tongue becomes forked and snake-like. An individual who reads this tome, which requires 48 hours over a minimum of 6 days, gains the ability to cast Comprehend Languages. Charisma is the spellcasting ability for the spell. After casting a spell, you can't cast it again until you complete a short or long rest.
So if my tongue's already forked, nothing happens.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Double forked.
Double forked.
No. Mm-mm. Lady.
Don't be a coward.
All right, who's next?
I got a 4.
4. I'm re-rolling for ones that give you guys spells because we don't have any wizards in the party, so that's not going to help anyone. Oh boy. Through Kim's articles. This modest book is written in red wax upon paper and bound in leather trimmed with sable fur. It is sealed by holy wards and cannot be opened by an evil person. Any individual who reads this tome, which requires 56 hours over a minimum of 7 days, gains a +1 bonus to strength.
Is that a permanent?
Yep.
Holy shit.
And it's not, you guys can, it's also not a one-use sort of thing.
Oh my god.
So you guys just have to take the time to be able to do it.
Is
You mean I
part-
could have a -1 instead of a -2 strength?
Yeah.
That rule. It's like
Presumably, someone only can benefit from it once, but it's not like you read it once and it can't be used for 100 years.
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Who hasn't gone?
I've got a 7.
So many of these are just giving me more spells. The Pedescal Tablets. This exotic librum is written in illuminated script and bound in leather with copper hinges and fittings. Whenever it is opened, all knots within 30 feet become untied, which is pretty extreme. An individual who reads this tome, which requires 48 hours over a minimum of 6 days, gains immunity to being stunned for the next week.
Wow. This seems good for stealing.
Yeah, you just open it up and suddenly everyone's pants fall down.
Heh.
Well, I don't wear pants, so it's fine.
It does seem like it's designed to like steal a bunch of clothes on Fashion Week. That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Fucking... I stole all their breeches.
No breaches.
Got them with their pants down.
Who hasn't gone yet? Alex?
Yeah, I got a 10 as well.
Ooh. The Eldritch Apocrypha of Erin. This set of scrolls is contained in a copper coffer. It is locked by magic and can be opened only by the first light of dawn. An individual who reads this tome, which requires 48 hours over a minimum of 5 days, gains the ability to cast the spell Confusion. Charisma is a spellcasting ability for the spell. After casting a spell, you can't cast it until you complete a long rest.
That's all pretty solid.
Yeah. So I've got all these that I will post somewhere for you all to look through.
Time to start doing some math, see how long it would take us to read.
For everyone to read every book 1 year later.
I mean, basically.
Yeah, we'll figure out.
Most of
the
them were
logistics.
48. There was one that was like 56.
Do that one first. It's fine.
So I assume it would take 5 weeks for them to do the rotation.
Well, if each of us are reading a book simultaneously,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
5
Yeah,
weeks.
5 weeks.
So
Yeah.
that is 248 hours. But also some of these, they only last for so long. Some are permanent
Right.
buffs. So
I just love the idea of like I read a book and now I'm slightly stronger.
Now we
it's a
got
workout
like-
manual.
book. It's a heavy book. It's a heavy book, bro.
Yeah, it's just
And also some of the books have abilities that when you open them, immediately give you something. So anyway, that is it. Renwick looks to each of you as you pick up a book, says, good choices. I expect them back soon, once you've dealt with all this other nonsense. All right. I'm going to be cleaning up.
Are there library cards we have to fill out?
No, I'd appreciate you having them back by the time I've cleaned up everything here, which probably will take me maybe about a decade. So you can get them back to
Okay.
me before then. I'd appreciate it.
Oh, okay.
Well, off you go.
Ow.
and you all leave. And as you crest the exit to the building, leaving back up through the Umbrella Corporation's inner workings, and step out the door, you're greeted by the bright, shining day, surrounded by inanimate corpses, and you all gain a level. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Hooray.
So everyone lived, which is good.
Everybody kicked my ass.
Everyone kicked Shellax's ass.
2 people kicked your ass. The other were standing in abject horror.
And yeah, so thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back in just a few minutes to pick up the rest of the session. So stay tuned, and we'll see you all real soon. Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Saturday Night's Apocalypse. Thanks for hanging out with us on our break. We're going to go and jump right back in. You guys have just defeated the Radicalist gym, the first radical gym that you encountered. You have freed the Desperan Valley from the corrupting influences of the Black Earth virus and the cult of the Black Earth, knocking 2 cults off of your hit list, with 2 more remaining. Give us some better ambient music going. You venture back out of the Sacred Stone Monastery, seeing the zombies littering the wastes, to be picked apart by the buzzards and other desert wasteland creatures. Over the coming weeks, probably. Seeing the full ramifications of this one cult's act on against the valley, against mortal kind on the Sword Coast and in Faerun, and realizing the gravity of what might have happened had you not been here to stop it. You venture back across the river. I imagine some of you taking some time to dive in and get all this gunk off of you.
I am just soaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thea's in swimming. They probably have to pull Thea out of the river. She doesn't want to leave.
Everyone having a chance to sort of recuperate a bit as you reach the truck and hit the road, heading back to the law and Summit Hall. You arrive outside of Summit Hall to a grisly scene of the hordes of undead that were there previously having fallen. And it seems like a lot of the members are currently collecting the bodies, digging graves, building funeral pyres. Actually, they're probably just doing the funeral pyres, beginning to burn the corpses in your approach, trying to keep things sanitary as much as possible. As you enter, the truck coming to a halt, bringing to a stop, kicking off the engine, you see kind of striding up quickly with a big sort of pleased and satisfied expression across your face. You see Stormbreaker. And she comes up to the group and she says, "Well, I'm assuming that the dead army around our doors is much thanks to you.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. I I do not even know where to begin. You have already proven yourselves probably the most capable of any members of the law here." And some, like, walking past, give her a look. She says, "What have you done lately, Jeremy, huh? They stopped an army."
I scrubbed the trains.
Shelly died.
Anyway. Glad to see you're back.
It's okay.
It
We
was
fixed them.
weird.
And the rest of you are doing well. It seems you look a little worse for wear.
You should have seen us before we went swimming.
Oh. It's good that you have some time to relax. on the
Probably
way
don't
back.
drink out of that river for a couple of days.
I would never drink out of that river. I'm honestly surprised that you got in it and came out mostly the same.
That's
It's
how bad
highly
it was.
irradiated. Ugh. Well,
I think my hair got greener.
make use of the facilities however you wish. You have more than earned it. We'll see to getting you some better accommodations here. We've got some larger spaces and rooms available, so you don't have to bunk in some of the other smaller, cramped quarters. And if there's anything else you should need, simply let me know. Yes.
I'm starving. And also, I
Food.
think still bleeding a little bit.
Well, deal with the bleeding. I will have a, I would say feast, but I will have a sufficient amount of food brought to you. We don't want to waste rations, but
Cool,
well
thanks.
done. Pats you on the back.
She's so big.
Just a ginger hand on Thea's shoulder. Let's see about getting some of you guys fixed up.
That would be great. Hey! Turns around to Yorha, pokes him in the chest. You saved my life like 3 times today.
Technically speaking, that was Matilda.
Oh. I don't want to poke her. She scares me a little bit.
She wouldn't hurt a fly, except probably that giant eldritch horror. She hurts whoever I want to get hurt.
Well, thanks. And thanks, Matilda. Is she gonna burn me?
No.
Thanks. Jonah, you got eaten!
Yeah, that was something else, wasn't it?
I need a nap.
Hey, I died. That was weird, right? That was really weird.
Yeah, no hard feelings, big guy, but you kind of were talking in big plant thing voice.
I know, and I told you to kick my ass. That was all me.
It's your first time dying.
Yes?
Have you died?
You've been around this world long enough, I expect everyone does eventually.
Jonah, how many times have you died?
They get harder to remember.
Just looks at Yora. He's so cool.
Technically, if we're being pedantic, Shellac did not actually die. They were on the brink of death when they were able to resuscitate themselves. But again, if we're being pedantic, it is much cooler to say, yes, you died, and then came back.
That's okay. We always know you're being pedantic.
Spurt of water off to the side.
What? I think it's fun. Jazz is way smarter than me.
Let's get that food.
Yes.
So
food.
you guys get
yes.
you guys get food and
Loops
you get,
and arms through your house. Let's go.
You get some food, you get some rest. We were doing our level up from before. Unless there's anything anybody absolutely needs to do this day, you guys can all consider getting through the rest of the day, the long rest, getting everything situated there. So
Can I ask for a Geiger counter and just run it over people who have been inside the river?
Oh, buddy, we've been in the river more than once. This
not
is
great.
not the first time I've been in that river.
You. Okay.
Do you think my hair got greener, or am I just tired?
Yes.
Yeah?
Me?
That's probably
Maybe.
not good.
As long as you're not, growing any extra limbs, I don't think it's a bad thing.
I don't think so. Oh no, my fingers are webbed.
They were like that.
Weren't they like that
Thea.
before?
Shh. He didn't know that. You guys are no fun. Yeah, they've always been like that.
So, as far as level ups go, did anyone take anything interesting?
I'm faster.
I as part of the cleric domain that I'm in, the travel domain, I have obtained as a cleric domain spell, find steed and pass without a trace. I also totally forgot to add the first level domain spells, which was comprehend language and long strider. I forgot to do that.
But luckily, we haven't needed the language one because you're apparently an alien.
Yeah, because I could just know abyssal and all this other wonky stuff. But anyways, that's what I did, and I learned a wonderful spell called Snow Fort, which lets me make a fort of snow with snowballs, and it's a wonderful, stupid little spell that I can't wait to overuse.
Before we go to
Can't
bed, we
wait.
build a snow fort. I mean, once all the bodies are gone.
Yeah.
Okay, at least out of respect, so that they're not dealing with the corpses while you guys are inside playing with snow.
No, I just already showered twice today. I don't want to do it again.
After you're done with your snowball fight, Jeremy is forced to have to mop up all of the water that is left inside the...
Oh, I meant outside. I'm not a monster. Just kind of a dum-dum.
Guys
I would
have a
not
nice
do that
snowball
to
fight.
Jeremy.
I don't think I get anything too terribly exciting. Technically, my turret gets more powerful, but as we've discussed off camera many times, the shields do not increase in their efficacy this time, but I can now send it, because the drone can move on its own, I can send it and have it self-destruct if I so want, chose.
Oh boy.
But other than that, let's see. I mean, I now always have Fireball and Wind Wall prepared. And I'm deciding I will probably also have Haste prepared most of the time. Just make the speedy little demon with extra attack.
That would be super great because at this level, my sneak attack goes up. It's now 5d6.
Nice. So, another
Yeah.
Artificer level,
Tasmanian
another Rogue
devil.
level, another Cleric level.
I got 5th level spells as a druid.
Nice.
Greater
You were talking about
Resto.
about which ones you were going to take.
Well, as a druid, I
Cool.
can re-prepare my spell list every day, so...
That's right. Forgot about that.
Druids are so rad.
Jonah,
Yes, sir.
more Paladin.
I guess so. Yeah, I'm looking at some of these. Yeah, I have a 3rd level spell slot now, which is cool. So, I could maybe come loaded with a Revivify or Remove Curse, or I'm looking at this Deep Magic thing for Raise Ghost, which is kind of like Raise Dead, but you come back as a ghost for a bit. And then you come back alive, I guess.
Oh, we should have made Shelly a ghost.
So I kind of want to do that. It's because
He would have loved that.
I'm not familiar with this deep magic spell.
So I can put it in the chat if you just read it. It's really funny.
You return.
My stealth is also now a plus 13.
It acts like Raised Dead. You know how like Raised Dead, like you come back to life, but you have like dumped stats and everything until you can like rest for a few days. It's like that. It's like the same thing, but you're also a spectral creature. And then I think at the end of the thing, it's like you come, it's like you return to your full corporal form at the end of the thing. I
So-
gather.
It's like in WoW, when you die, you have to, walk back to your body in spectral form.
Ah,
Yeah,
rules.
so the actual text is, so you return a dead creature you touch to a ghostly and incorporeal form, providing it has been dead for no longer than 10 days. The creature can see and hear and can speak in a hollow sepulchral tone if it chooses to. Whether it's willing to speak depends on its whim and prior relation to you, if any. It's not undead, it's alive but incorporeal with 1 hit point. It can interact with the physical world, attack or cause damage. It's immune to non-magical damage with the creatures and objects. Takes 1d10, so it has all the ghost things. Regains hit points normally through resting.
So you're getting like a weird version of Raised Dead at a lower level.
Very weird version of Raised Dead. Yeah.
Because
Which
Raised
I
Dead's a
really
5th level
enjoy.
spell.
I just think it's really fun. I think it'd be fun to Casper somebody temporarily, should they fall. Should they fall.
Yeah. Well, okay, so it says the spell doesn't remove magical diseases, curses, or similar effects, and they aren't removed prior to casting the spell. They take effect when the creature returns to life. The spell also closes mortal wounds, but doesn't restore missing body parts.
That's basically verbatim Raised Dead.
Yeah.
Okay, a creature affected by Raised Ghost is restored to normal physical life by Raised Dead. So it's a way that you can still be up and running
Interesting. So it's more
before
like
you're
a
brought back from the dead.
betweeny. But I kinda
Yeah, it's
still
basically
like
what RJ was saying about it's the World of Warcraft.
But you can still
You're-
function.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that you don't have access to everything you used to.
So instead of having to play another character until you get brought back to life, you can just play your own ghost.
You can play your own ghost.
That's really good.
So I think it seems really fun. So I'm putting it in the Rolodex for now. Because it seems fun. I would
That
like to
does seem
see
fun.
What any one of us could do if you were also could pass through walls for a little bit.
You have my full permission to bring me back as a ghost.
Okay.
If Jazz comes back as a ghost, again, that question we had on the breakup, do Warforged have souls?
Ghost in the machine.
Yeah.
But then also, like, if Jazz then makes a turret while ghosty, is the turret a ghost turret?
Turret ghost.
Wow, that's nuts.
This game is weird.
I love it. I love it.
All right.
So that's
Well,
one
I'm-
option.
Gives me some incentive to kill you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because I wasn't
Not sure
trying
that's
that
how you
hard
were
before.
supposed to take it, but okay.
Well, I feel lucky, Val, because I almost took the spell that gave me the ability to give temporary hit points. So if Jazz was ever incapacitated, I could do it.
I hate temp HP. I never thought I'd hate temp HP.
So for
It's
your
I
so
sake-
didn't-
much though.
I didn't take any damage to my actual hit points until I had, in this entire fight, including last time, until you hit me 3 times in a row.
Mm. Yeah.
but I chose
Yeah.
the snow fort instead.
I
I like the
appreciate
snow
you
fort.
for that. So you level up. So what we have to figure out is what your guys' next plan of action is, because you have these books that you'd have to spend some time reading if you want to gain the benefits of those. That's going to be some downtime, and those of you that don't want to be reading and doing all that can do something else during that downtime if you want. And then you have 2 more cults to go after, which you have leads on. You know specifically where the water cult is located. And you know the general area for the fire cult, but don't have too much specifics on it. So I guess the first question is books and downtime. How much?
Well, I know I want to read the book that I got that's going to give me the +1 to strength.
Okay.
So that's at least what I'm going to do.
I want to read mine too. The effect of mine lasts for a week though, so that's a pretty extended period of time.
Yeah, you'd basically be like, you read it and head out to do whatever you guys are going to do next, which is pretty much the assumption here is once you guys are done with your stuff. But
I'm going
also,
to probably
you
read
guys-
my book as well.
Okay. The thing I was going to say is that you guys had talked about doing like multiple readings and giving people a chance to read the books and stuff. The one thing that will, for those that only give you the effect for a certain amount of days, like the thunder damage one and the immunity to being stunned one.
Yeah.
Pretty much only one person can benefit from those at a time, because by the time that the person has finished reading them, the prior person's effect is gone. So,
Will anybody else benefit from the strength book?
I mean, I can always use more strength, but
Because mine's odd, so I could go up to 12.
is it the strength bonus, or is it strength like attribute?
this is a +1 bonus to strength.
So I'm guessing it just gives you an extra strength point. And so if you happen to like, when I use it, I'm going to go from a 16 to a 17, so I'm not going to get anything immediately. But
I would read it as that
Okay.
it's going to give you a. This is the way I was interpreting it at first, is that it's going to give you 1 to your strength ability score.
So
That
if
won't
we
help
want to
me.
spend a few days, that would up my modifier. If I
So,
can borrow your book.
Yeah.
The one thing that I would recommend for this is, for the ones that like have an immediate effect, is that we add in the language that it takes an action or something, or just because this book that I got is actually kind of wildly good. If like anytime you open it, any spell that is affecting you ceases to functioning.
Well, that's
So-
like
Yeah.
that's a use an object action, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how it would.
So that's
Very
like that can be really good. That's probably, I mean, I don't think resistance to thunder damage is really going to be all that useful, probably. But that effect of opening it is really
The
good.
book itself is better than the actual effect the book
Yeah.
gives
So
you.
we should definitely bring it with us. I don't know who would benefit the most from holding on to it. I feel like not Jonah, because he's will likely have the most reliable saves from spells.
Mhm.
So that I pass it on to whoever y'all think it would go best with.
Any thoughts on that?
Right now, basically, Thea's the only one who doesn't have any spells that she would cast herself, right?
Yeah.
And most of the rest of us would have things that we might be concentrating on.
yeah, I mean, like, Shellac is not like this, like, cleric domain that I have is still level 3, so he's not super proficient
Mhm.
in it. More so towards monk, but still might be useful.
I don't know that I don't know that Jonah needs any of the books, but if there's like the two ones that have like charisma spell casting ability, obviously, he would be like one of the options there. But we also have other spellcasters who can do that, I believe.
I
But,
think you're the only one that already casts with charisma, though.
oh, am I?
I have a
Okay.
pretty high charisma.
Mine's decent as well, so
Yeah, I didn't actually realize until this session that you weren't a warlock. That's tiefling bias, I guess. Yeah. Like that's on me.
sounds like most
All
of
getting
us
our
want to
own
read the
over our own
confusion one.
biases.
What's
Okay.
that?
Sounds
I
like
was
some-
saying. Oh, good.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Just sounds like most of us want to read the one that gives us confusion at some point, but also that's the one that takes the least amount of time at 40 hours.
I want to do the comprehend language one because that's useful to me.
Then I'll spend the week not reading, you bunch of nerds, and I'll just try to see if there's I don't have any money. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna try to like track down stuff for fire resistance, I guess.
Okay.
potions or armor or something else. But
Okay.
scrolls.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. So the economy here doesn't really work in gold anyway. It's mostly through bartering. So
Okay.
if you spend a week doing something, the time that you could take, like offering to run errands for people and doing things, is going to be more valuable than economy. So, are you looking for one thing that gives you like a permanent fire resistance? Or are you looking for like potions or some things that would give you guys like more of you temporary fire resistance?
I'm kind of just to see what's out there, I guess.
Well, I'm gonna leave it up to you. I'm gonna say because
Yeah.
okay, so let's figure out how much time you're gonna have first, because yes, Alex.
I'll also say I do have the infusion to give armor some kind of elemental resistance, but that's only good for one person who wears armor.
Then I'll go
Okay.
for the temporary for multiples.
Okay. So let's first gauge what is the minimum amount of time you guys are gonna have to spend in downtime, because which is the book that everybody wants to read the most? Is it the Confusion book?
I'm not reading that one, so
I'm
It's
I'm
just
kind of-
infinite jest.
yeah. I give up halfway through. Just like why?
Why?
I know the strength book for me is my number one priority. The confusion one, I'm not that like interested in.
Okay,
So-
let's just go down the list. Let's do it this way. That'll be the easier way. Nobody wants to read the Malefic articles of the mod, the one that gives you thunder damage. Nobody's okay. Through Kilm's articles, the +1 bonus to strength. How many people want to read that? It's 2. Okay. Pedestal, whatever tablets. One that gives you immunity for stunned for a week.
that's the one that I have. So I was gonna read that one.
You want to read that one? Was there anybody else? Well, only one of you has some benefit from it, so we're just gonna.
Unless
so-
somebody else would rather. I just keep getting hit a lot, so
unless somebody else wants to argue that they really want that. Okay.
Nah,
So Thea.
Thea can have it. Yeah.
I was
All
gonna
right.
offer it to Jonah,
Uh,
but I think on average your saves are gonna be better than mine against that kind of thing.
The Eldritch Apocrypha, the one that gives you the confusion spell. So that's Jazz wants to read it. Was there somebody else that wanted to read it too? No?
I mean, like both the strength one and that one, I would put like as a non-priority. But I'm interested in the books, but we don't need to wait an extra week around or 2 weeks for that. I don't need them.
Well, you might be able to at least read one of them, because the last one is the Comprehend Languages. Did somebody want to read that one?
Yeah. those.
Okay. So it seems like the only book that 2 people want to read so far is the Strength book.
Mhm.
So that puts you guys at 2 weeks that you would need for both of you guys to read that. I mean,
Well,
it's over.
It's
Yeah,
48 hours.
it's 56 hours over a minimum of 7 days
Oh, am I looking at the wrong one?
for the Strength one.
I can't read.
It's the articles.
Mhm.
It's a
But it's- so it's-
minimum
it's
of 7
50
days.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
the key part that
I can't read.
all of them require it to go over a certain amount of
No, it's
days.
okay. It's confusing.
That's very
So, because
confusing.
you could, yeah, you can't read. You could read 24 hours a day for the first 2 days, and then,
And then
you'd
just
have to
think
read
about it for a few days.
yeah,
It's
It
grad
has to
school
be-
all over again.
Yeah.
because you have to retain the knowledge, so to build up your muscles, I guess.
So to make it
so
work,
you have to,
I'd read the strength book first and then give it to
Uh-huh.
Shelly, and then the second week I read the stun book, you read the strength book. And because the stun thing only lasts for a week, so
Okay.
Okay, that
So-
makes sense.
Jazz wanted to read the Confusion book. Jonah, you would also have a week free to read that if you wanted to, because nobody else wanted to as well.
Sure.
That was also shorter. It only takes 5 days, so you have extra time. Also, Yorha wanted to read the Comprehend Languages book. Did you have a second one you wanted to do, Shalak? No. Okay, so everybody's
Nope,
reading
it
one
was
except
just
for
the strength one.
everybody's reading one except for Thea, who's going to read 2.
How did this
Sounds
come
good.
to be?
I don't know. But you guys would have to spend at least 2 weeks anyway because, well, I'm debating whether you guys could be reading more than one book at a time. But assuming an average level of intelligence, it's very hard to read more than one book
My
at a
intelligence
time.
is a 14.
Okay.
I definitely cannot read more than
also
2 books
14.
at a time.
Keen mind, if I just have all of them in front of me and just flip through the pages.
Keen Mind breaks this so bad.
I think if there are actually 2 weeks, I would probably want to learn both of the, get a permanent spell ones.
Okay, the
and
comprehend
also
language
I
as
only
well.
have to sleep 6 hours instead of 8 for rests, I get a little
That's
more
fair.
time.
Okay, yeah. So we'll say 2 weeks of downtime. That's reasonable. I was worried we were going to get into I want a month and a half of downtime to read all, so we can all
Thea
read all
does
these
not
books.
want spells. Actively is like, no thank you.
Oh, that's fair. So we'll have Jazz will be gaining both the confusion spell and the comprehend languages.
Mhm.
Yorha will be gaining comprehend languages. Jonah will be gaining the confusion spell. Shellac will be gaining the strength bonus. Thea will get the strength bonus and the stunned immunity.
It
For
also
the week
means that
after.
my stat modifiers are now +1 or higher for all of my stats. Nothing below a
Nice.
+1.
Dang.
One question
You
about
power
the comprehend languages one. It says when first opened, the reader's tongue becomes forked and snake-like. I was not imagining that Jazz had a tongue to begin with.
Robo Snake.
Oh god. Just some wires it's like fray in Jazz's
Ugh.
vocal unit. Giving him a lisp for the next however long.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't say, well, here's the thing. It doesn't say that goes away. It just says when it first opened, the reader's tongue becomes forked and snake-like. Anyone who reads this book is going to get a forked tongue. Yorha already had one, so I don't think it affects Jazz.
Still saying.
Double fork. Did anyone else have any? Were there any other weird effects?
Something about knots.
Yeah. Every
Oh,
time
yeah,
you
that's
read
mine.
this book, everyone,
mine-
everything becomes untied.
Kids everywhere trip on their laces and
Whoops.
um,
Everybody hold on to your pants. I'm opening the book.
Wait, what? Yeah.
I said. You gotta be quicker than that.
I need to stop using a rope and not to keep my pants up.
I'm pretty sure that they have belts.
No.
Yeah, no, in the uniform room. Like, you could just get a belt.
I think Jazz
Yeah,
just
yeah.
stops wearing pants for the week Thea's reading that book.
I mean, Shellac technically can't wear pants. Like, I can't
Turtle.
wear any art. Yeah, I mean, I'm a turtle. Oh, my shell falls off.
Oh, I'm imagining all these like trussed up chickens just like
You do hear Stormbreaker at some point through the week when you're opening up to read it, just like yells, "My sailing knot collection ruined.
I can fix it.
Are you responsible for this?"
No, I was just saying I can fix it. I know a lot about boats. Don't yell at me.
It's not the point. Anyway, everyone becomes very frustrated.
I
During
fixed
this
the.
week.
Once I'm done reading the book, I will fix the knots.
Okay.
I want to imagine that this is how Velcro it becomes invented.
Yeah.
Or like...
Jazz invents Velcro because they want to be able to wear pants again.
All right. So with all that taken care of, all the bookkeeping, at some point during this week, Stormbreaker gathers you in the law kind of war room downstairs, behind the secret passage from her office to the area just outside where the Oracle lives, and she gathers you as like the map of the Desert Valley, and kind of looking over it with everything being updated to the current state of things, and says, "All right. I know that you have been working, and taking a rest is important now, but I'm getting some strange rumors coming through over the past few days. I believe when it's time, I'm going to need you to pick your next course of action and begin routing out the rest of this corruption in the valley." Points to the southern area. "In this region, some of my scouts near the keep, which we've been keeping an eye on since you mentioned to us that these water cultists might be using it for their base of operations. They've been hearing some strange noises and rumblings. Weird screeches, impossibly loud, coming from the fort. And one of them mentioned a giant creature flying in the vicinity of the hills a few days back. It was at night. He'd been drinking a bit, but I trust his judgment enough. He said it appeared a giant moth was circling over the region. Now, that in and of itself is not the strangest thing I've ever heard. But there are some swamplands near the keep. And, well, one of my scouts came back, was with 2 others, who unfortunately did not return. They said they were attacked by a giant creature. Said it was some sort of, as they put it, massive monkey.
Stream brought to you by Godzilla vs. Kong.
So now that's going on. I don't know what else is happening in that keep, but...
How big of a monkey?
I asked him the same thing. He couldn't give me an exact number. He said he was too busy shitting his pants and running away. But he said that it was taller than the surrounding trees.
Oh.
And in the forest, in the swamps over there, I would estimate 30, 40 feet.
Oh, that's a great ape.
Just going to make sure I have enlarge reduce prepared when we head that way.
Make a tiny monkey. That sounds more manageable.
Or at least smaller. Or make one of us bigger.
So I don't know what else is happening in that area. To the north, now that the Feathergale Society is no longer patrolling that region, it seems that the bandits up there have been growing more and more precocious. They have begun to raid the nearby towns, forcing some settlements to evacuate. We have taken in some refugees, but most we have shuttled south, away from the valley. Most of what we are finding there is that they have burned many of their victims to death and more, leaving only ashes and incinerated corpses in their wake. On top of that, they have been stripping the towns and the settlements for any metals that they have been able to find.
Could I make a history check? If there were any plans that I could remember.
Sure.
18?
Sorry, I just saw the chat with Shellac begging to be turned into Gamera.
'All the children.
18. You were aware one of the last things that you remember upon leaving is there had been some scouts had been sent out to ascertain the relative strengths of some of the other competing cults in the area, specifically the fire and the earth cults, as they have kind of stood as more neutral grounds, but not as directly antagonistic as the water cult. Have been we're searching the area to see like for expansion, growing the territory, things like that. And there were plans to begin striking out some settlements a little bit further into the other group's territories, and beginning to raid some of the settlements there. And one of the big things that they've been looking for is bringing in machinery, any tech, metal, things like that, to Vanifer.
I don't know what Vanifer's planning, but it's gonna be big. And loud and dangerous as all hell, especially now that the other two cultists are taken care of. I think they are probably going to take free reign of their territories.
Do you think that it is more or less concerning than giant moth and giant monkey?
Well, that's the kicker. We have two known problems already, quote unquote, and then the unknown with the fire cultists.
I might ask,
Feels like unknown.
have the creatures to the south, have there been any reports of civilian casualties or attacks down there? Because while I'm sorry you have lost good men and women trying to scout out what's happening down there, it sounds like the fire cultists are being the bigger terror to the area.
I would agree. It seems that the water cult, so whatever they're doing is clearly causing some sort of disruption. It has been fairly contained and hasn't caused the mass amount of damage that we are seeing with the fire cult. So I would agree. If I were to be rating the two on their immediate danger to the safety and order of the valley, I think the fire cult in this Vanifer you speak of poses the greater threat.
Well, if we're going after the fire cult, I think I might have some ideas to get us in a little bit easier.
Does it involve us pretending to be your prisoners?
Oh, I was just gonna spray paint the shit out of the truck.
Could also
It has like
work.
blackened windows, right?
Could make it have blackened windows.
I mean, what? Some of our downtime can be like working on the truck.
I mean, it already looks pretty raidery. You just need to slap a coat paint on it.
Thea, what do you think? I know you have mentioned in the past you have personal grievance with the leader of the water cult.
Yeah, his name is Gar Shatterkeel, and he has a crab claw for an arm, and he killed a bunch of my friends and family. And every time I ask to go, it keeps getting put off, but
Vengeance.
if we need to do
Yes.
this first, then we need to do this first. But he basically wrecked my entire village.
Stormbringer, do we have an idea of how many villages might still be under threat of the fire cultists? Or have they essentially done the whole scorched earth thing and anyone who is in the way has already either escaped or perished?
I have a few, there are a few refugees here, if you wish to be speaking with some of them and get some information. I would recommend, if you're looking for a place to begin looking, I would recommend, Belliard was recently hit very hard by it. Most of the people have evacuated. That was their most recent attack, as far as I've heard.
Did on the map.
It's a little bit north of Summit Hall.
Yeah, it's right here. You guys have actually been to Belliard.
Oh, right. That's where we
That's
got our
the,
name.
That's where you got the whiskey delegation from. Nobody is currently living there. We've had them evacuated. Red Larch has been seeing some attacks as well. The sheriff has advised us that they are maintaining their defenses, but that they're not sure how long they will be able to hold out for. From what he has said, Harbuck has told us that if they suffer another attack, they will likely have to evacuate. But Belliard was not so fortunate, as they had already been dealing with the zombie problem as well.
Well, if you guys want to question any of the refugees, I'm going to go work on the truck.
What if we help in evacuating Red Larch, get everyone we can to Summit Hall, and then that would make it less of an issue of, which is causing more immediate danger?
You could do that. If this is the way you wish to go, I would be reluctant to be asking these families to be leaving and giving up their homes and their belongings. If there was another option to attack the snake at the head, as you might say. But if you think this is the best option, is to evacuate and deal with the other problems, we can try. But with Belliard and Red Larch being taken over, they will probably move on Summit Hall soon after that.
Rocking a hard place.
We just go and kill them now. It won't be a problem.
Wait, I already thought you dealt with the rock people. I'm sorry, it was a joke.
So, what are the chances that we could go in, wands blazing and just blitz attack this Vanifer?
crash the truck right into the front gate and see how many we can take out on the way.
I'll make the snow for it.
It may be something that we may... It sounds like time is more of an issue here than it has been for... Well, I was going to say that, but the other cults were bringing in alien invasion, which we had a time window on, and growing number of zombie forces, but...
And I think I've mentioned this before with the campaign and the way I set it up. There are time windows in all these. The longer you wait to deal with any of the cults, the worse they get to deal with down the line. So whichever cult you leave for last is going to be the hardest one to deal with. It's just which one you want to be the hardest one to deal with.
Kind of out of character for a second. I'm trying to balance, Thea has been getting, put off for so long, unfortunately. And, don't want her to feel ignored or undervalued. But on the other hand, if, going off the Oracle's paintings, we go to Fire Cult, take them out, take over this giant mecha they're probably putting together, and then take that to go fight King Kong and Mothra and all the others. That's just a very fun image.
Yeah. I think Shellac is leaning very heavily towards helping out Thea at this point, because for him, everything he's needed to do adventure wise is over. So anything is a bonus at this point. So he's all in for helping Thea.
Yorha could go either way.
He came out of the water out of nowhere and killed most of my village before he ever had a cult behind him. And I don't think leaving him for last is a good idea.
Right. Who knows? Maybe I can talk to the giant ape. Enlist their help in fighting your crustacean douchebag.
It'd mean a lot to me if you guys would help me do this.
Let's do it. Let's help Thea.
I will, if this is the way you want to go, I will advise Hardbuck to defend the town but begin to evacuate non-essential personnel. Get them somewhere safe, and then hopefully minimize any damage should the fire cult attack again.
It might be a bit drastic and might not matter much in the long run, but you should probably tell them to destroy anything they can on the way out. You don't want the fire cult getting their hands on anything to speed up production of whatever they're making.
That is a good idea. I would assume Hardbuck would do this, but I will advise that they take any weaponry, vehicles, everything they can with them. Things might get a bit crowded here when you get back, but we should be able to accomplish this.
We can squish in as long as people are safe.
I sleep in my shell, so it's fine.
Well, so you shall be heading to Riverguard Keep when the week is over. I do hope that you are able to befriend this giant monkey as you have so said.
Oh, we're gonna try.
If not, one thing we used to say back in the team I used to have, kaiju fight.
Can I roll a history check on the word kaiju?
Yes, you may, because you're a jazz. You have existed. You have databanks of knowledge.
I'll go
Shellac
ahead.
may also roll a history check because
Gonna use Flash
fucking
of
Shellac.
Genius
Why not?
That 2 now becomes 16 total.
I got 16 as well.
Yes, surprisingly, you both know what this word means.
Yeah, all right.
Images of Saturday morning TV programs come to mind.
This should prove to be interesting.
Yorha is gonna lean over to Thea just to cheer her up a little bit and just say, "By the way, I can turn into a T-Rex."
What?
You wanna see?
Yeah.
Scampers out.
Okay, bye.
Do you just go out back and turn into a T-Rex in the middle of the fort here?
He's gonna turn Thea into a T-Rex.
Oh boy.
Oh, those
So
rules.
it is a polymorph.
Yeah, I've got polymorph, and we're at 9th level, so that means T-Rex.
Oh boy.
This is buck wild.
Suddenly, I like the image of they just run out, and you guys are in there, and suddenly you see their water cup on the edge of the table just ripple.
Just look one giant eye into the window.
What is it?
Just here
Monster!
from
And
the
she.
side.
You guys see a massive T-Rex with green hair,
Green feathers.
green feathers.
Yorha
You
on
sure
her
you don't want
back.
hair?
No, feathers is better.
Mm-hmm.
Yorha on her back. With one of the big law fucking cowboy hats on.
Or is it still normal size and so just tiny hat on big T-Rex
Tiny
head?
hat!
Tiny T-Rex hat.
Yes.
Hey Jazz, do you have that enlarge reduce spell?
Funnily enough, I do.
Points down at the enlarge.
Let me double check because I think there
It's
is
creature, I believe.
Well, but there might be a size limit already.
Whether you can put something above huge, because I think a T-Rex is huge.
Yeah.
Well, if nothing else, we can sort out that cowboy hat.
So
Yeah, you can fix the cowboy hat. What's more important here, to be honest?
From
Okay,
medium
so
to large.
Yeah.
It's from one
this goes up
category.
by one category.
Oh god.
So huge to gargantuan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suddenly, the T-Rex takes a step forward and grows even larger, towering above the walls and above the tops of the fort. A 30-ish foot tall. No, what would it be? 30, 40 feet. I'm trying to think what the size categories are. Yeah, like a 40-foot tall T-Rex.
This is buck wild. I think we'll be fine.
Just like nose down towards her friends, trying not to kill anything.
Right.
I think I'm very glad I cannot smell. Or can turn it off.
Oh no. Yeah.
What?
T-Rexes are huge, so they go up to gargantuan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember the actual size limits for each of the categories.
Rawr.
5e size chart.
20 by 20 feet or larger. About the size of a kraken or a purple worm.
Yeah. Yeah, you're up to like 30 feet or yeah.
That's so big.
Or sorry, 15 by 15. Yeah.
Rawr.
Oh boy. Everyone thinks. So you have your kaiju to enter the fight with, Pokemon style.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Now I need to rewrite.
Carefully
how
get
this next
away
part
from the fort. Just start running.
Ah!
I want to imagine the Theosaurus of still has the swords, but in the little in the little arms, they can't hit anything with them.
Yeah,
But
she could hit herself and get heavier.
She could. You could make yourself heavier, get some more momentum going.
Oh man! This got real goofy.
It's exactly the kind of thing Theo would do.
Does anybody else have buff spells that we can throw on this?
I'm gonna have to re-examine my paladin list because this
changes the game.
This does change. Well, I know
mean,
all
I
the
can give
spells,
Shield of Faith.
Whatever I prepare. So
I am now just realizing what this is gonna turn. This is gonna go full Power Rangers.
I can give a long strider so you can move 10 feet more per turn.
How far
Which will
T-Rex
cancel
go?
out.
T-Rexes move 50, I believe.
so like an extra toe.
So you can move essentially
doesn't-
120 if you double.
Does going Gargantuan not increase your speed, or does that only change like some like?
No,
For the
that
spell,
doesn't.
It just gives you an extra 1d4 with weapon attacks.
Okay, that's silly.
Can I give the Theosaurus pass
Well-
without trace?
You get the benefits of being the size. You also get the benefits of being the size category larger. So with like grappling and pushing things and stuff like that, you get advantages against smaller things.
No.
Yeah.
Big chomp.
But
One
yeah,
thing-
you don't. Unfortunately, you don't get any like big buffs as far as like damage or
Very
abilities or
very
anything.
fast. Giant teeth.
Giant teeth and T-Rexes
Very-
can automatically succeed grapple checks with their bite attack.
Oh yeah.
Big chomp.
One thing I will say, actually, not to spoil Thea's fun, but she is possibly more effective with sneak attack and all that stuff.
Pass without trace.
Meanwhile, Jazz doesn't do much damage, DPS, so Mecha T-Rex.
Big chomp.
Well, we couldn't.
It's just
we
a question of
couldn't
who
enlarge
has.
Robot chomp.
If I enlarge myself first and then get polymorphed,
Oh,
I don't
I guess the
think
only
it
downside
works
there
that
being
way.
dropping the spell.
it doesn't
with
work
it.
that way.
Oh yeah, well the druids have the thing where you can maintain concentration on a spell when you are wild shaped. So
but it's polymorphing me.
yeah, you can't. I don't think you can maintain concentration on a spell when you're polymorph because you
Yeah.
lose your ability scores.
hmm
So you wouldn't be able to hold that spell.
Mhm.
Well, we'll have you guys
Big
have 2 weeks.
We'll argue.
to
We'll
figure
argue.
out-
Big
Figure it
chomp.
out. We'll workshop
to
this.
figure out what the optimal form, like who to cast this on, who has the buff abilities, and who
Make
can keep
Jazz
doing
T-Rex. I hide on your back. They'll never see me coming.
Make Jazz
Looking at you.
T-Rex, and he can have his little buddies out, and then provide himself temp HP in this form.
damage. Yeah,
T-Rex
you
forever.
Dinosaur-
could you
Dinosaur
could maintain that
kills
'cause that's not a
man.
spell.
Man, yeah, right.
Dinosaur kills man. Woman inherits the earth.
I win either way.
Oh boy.
Theo feels
well,
much
I'm very much looking forward to how you guys decide to tackle this now. So
It's with a big
Storm-
T-Rex headbutt, is what it is.
Stormbringer sends the correspondence to Red Larch, have them start evacuating. You guys spend the rest of your week finishing up your rest. Jonah, so figuring out you took your time to try to gather some materials and stuff for spells for the buffs. I'll say you talk to regular Jim, and he helps you out there. You run some errands for him and get the materials that he needs. And I will say you get 3 potions of fire resistance.
Nice. Nice,
But
nice.
since you guys are waiting on the fire cult, you could potentially get more later on if you
Yeah.
wanted to. But
It's good,
you have
it's
those now.
good. Fantastic.
Everybody make sure you mark the stuff that you got for reading your books. And finish any level up stuff you haven't done. But I think that is where we're going to end the session for today. And we'll come back in 2 weeks to get cracking on the water cult.
Just beat
Which-
the Kraken. We beat the zombie Kraken.
you guys don't realize is that every one of these groups had a Kraken. You had Brain Kraken, you had Zombie Kraken. You're gonna have Kraken,
Crack-a-leckin'.
Crack-a-leckin', and Fire Kraken.
Fire Kraken.
I guess it's the
Laser
Crack-a-leckin'.
Campfire Kraken.
It smells faintly
good
of
game.
cinnamon.
Yeah. All right, I'm done. My brain's melted. So yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks to figure this all out. Everyone, thank you everyone out there for watching. Join us tomorrow, Sunday, at 4:00 Eastern Time for the next installment of Slang 101, our Monster of the Week campaign that Savannah runs. And we're getting to a new mystery there, so you can hop in at a good time for that.
It's gonna be something.
I'm sure. Join us on our new GGK World server. There's a Discord link below. You can follow that to our main Discord, and then follow the links to this new sub Discord. We're doing some text-based RP. Right now, the only one available is a D&D Humblewood pirate city sim. Mostly
Fishing's the meta.
Fishing's the meta game. So it's been a lot of fun, getting a lot of good RP. It's going to continue to develop as we go. It's just right now it's 90% fishing because I put a fishing mini game in, and how wouldn't have I have seen this coming?
I don't know what you expected.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But yeah, more stuff to follow in that, and then we'll probably have some more options and other roleplay stuff. If doing the D&D kind of stuff isn't your jam, we'll have some other stuff in the works. Already have some ideas and some people working on things. So come join us there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's where you can hang out with us between games. Anybody have anything they want to play? Savannah and I will both this Wednesday be on LB Hackemup's channel, twitch.tv/LB Hackemup, where we're going to be playing some more Monster of the Week there as well in 4x4. Along with Jordan with PH and Sir. Oh God, I just forgot.
And Sir Lucian.
Sir Lucian, thank you. Where we're doing a 4-week run. We had our first session last week, so we got 3 more weeks of some fun Monster of the Week times. Anybody else have anything they want to plug?
Real quick, on Mondays for me for the next 4 or 5 weeks, we are starting a mini series of A-State over on twitch.tv/Colonomicon. It's a Forged in the Dark system, so if you played Blades in the Dark or any of those, it's that system. We're playing in it's sort of a cyber Victoriana setting, so if you like Dishonored, that kind of thing, come hang out with us. We're taking our one-shot, which is available on Colin's YouTube channel, and turning it into a mini-series. And I'm playing a character named Jed September, and she's an activist who wants fair wages for everyone and looks cool in a leather jacket. That's what I'm doing on Monday.
Starting February 10th, which is, I believe, a Wednesday, over at twitch.tv/open for adventure, we're starting a D&D 5e campaign called Legacy of Lazuku, which is set in a desert. There is politics, there is arcana. Spoilers, my character is a barbarian Leonin, which is from the Eberron setting. Yes. No. Maybe. I can't remember. It's not the Eberron setting. It's Magic the Gathering. Ravnica. There you go. He's a lion man, and he's a barbarian, and he's cursed. So every time he transforms using his beast abilities, it's chimera parts. So look out for body horror.
Awesome. Anything else? I don't know. Okie doke. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you all in 2 weeks. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.